All right, booster box 6. Here we go. So we're same rule as before. We're gonna go pretty quick. If I see a card that I haven't gotten yet, I'll stop. But otherwise, we're gonna keep this train rolling, and that's pretty much the plan. Yeah. So here we go. Let's hope we get some new cards, and if we don't, then poo. Full Heal, Sonia, Masquerine, Milcery, Growlithe, Impidimp, Bunnelby, Phantom, Voltorb, Greedent. Phalanx, Masquerine, Nugget, Pedev, Darumaka, Hatena, Scyther, Nosepass, Arrokuda, Rillaboom. Two, three. Hatchram, Carkol, Beware, GP, Farfetch, Dan, Ninetales. Oh, that was the same. Well, that's duplicates. 2, 3. Energy. Tranquil, Horror, Heatmore, Wingull, Coughing, Bronzor, Toxel, Litwick, Scoop Up Net, and an Inteleon. So all that was dupes again. For the reverse hollows, it's hard for me to tell whether or not I actually have them or not right now, because I'm not super familiar with the set, so I can't just look at one and be like, yeah, I totally got that one. When it comes to the bigger cards, whether they're like rainbows or they're golds, then I can usually tell right off the bat whether or not I have them. Because the idea is that I am collecting the base set that's not holographic or anything fancy like that, and then I do collect like a master set sort of thing where I look for everything in its reverse hollow form. Phalanx, I'm not sure if I've got this one. We'll have to check. There will be kind of like a precursor video or an afterwards video where I kind of go over what I got out of the set and like overall what cards I still need and that sort of thing. But so far we are doing pretty good. I am starting to notice that I am getting a lot of full art cards and stuff like that I already have gotten. But with that being said, I did do this for Sword and Shield base set, and I did get to the point where I was getting a lot of like Lapras, V full art, V maxes, and that sort of thing. So I wouldn't be surprised if there are certain cards that are just predominantly more common to find in the V max form and that sort of thing. Because that's just how cards are. I think I opened about this many booster boxes with the base set, and I still never got at least quite a few amount of the cards. I was still even missing a couple of reverse hollows, so I had to special order those reverse hollows instead. But yeah, but overall I am enjoying this set. There have been a couple of promos that I liked a little bit more than any of the promos that were introduced during the initial launch of the Sword and Shield base set. So that's been pretty cool. The Pikachu, Scorbunny, Sobble, and Grookey statue that came out. That figure set. The figure set was nice. I ended up giving the figure to my sister because she likes that kind of stuff more than I do. But the promo card that came with it was super cool. It's like a Pikachu. I've got it right next to me, but I'm just kind of going through these cards pretty quick here. haven't been looking at my phone to see whether or not they've been in frame, so hopefully they have been, because I am not looking to do this over again, even though I probably wouldn't be able to. The more I think of it, the more it's obvious I wouldn't be able to, so. But yeah, here's the promo card. So I would suggest getting the promo card. I think it's pretty cool. Definitely would. I am a big fan of Pokemon. Been collecting it since the Sword and Shield base set was released. My chase card was the Marnie cards, just because I like the recent designs of the ladies of Pokemon. So in here I'm looking for Sonia, this one, but we want her full art or her rainbow rare. So that's the goal there, but we have not gotten that yet. We've gotten 2 Oleanas, which is nice. So maybe I can find somebody and we can get a trade going. But if I'm super lucky, I might even be able to pull her myself, and it'll be one less thing I have to worry about. Because with everything going on, the last thing people want to do is touch some cards that somebody else has touched. Reverse Hollow Grimmsnarl. Yeah, and then I ordered these booster boxes, and almost immediately after I ordered them, I had read an article about how Japan had just announced the next set of Pokemon cards already, and it's overwhelming how many cards we get in terms of trying to collect them and trying to get them all and all that sort of thing. So, but it's fun. You meet a lot of good people in the community that revolves around Pokemon and all that sort of thing. And I've kind of been out of the loop because I eventually got to the point where I felt like I was too old to collect Pokemon cards. So I quit collecting Pokemon cards, and then I just played the video games. Never stopped playing the video games. I don't think there's one I haven't played, but I stopped doing cards all the way up until now. I think the last cards that I collected was the Team Rocket set. I know I had some dark Pokemon, but I don't remember if I had any of the cool ones like Dark Charizard or anything like that. But yeah, so Pokemon's always been one of those things where it's like a comfort thing for me, because I don't know, it was just like an escape from whatever was going on in my life, and all the characters and all the Pokemon kind of always took you away and let your creativity run wild to animals and objects that already exist in the world, and you don't have to. I don't know, when you turn on the Game Boy, you hear that ka-ching sound. That's a duplicate, unfortunately, but you hear that sound and it's just like, yes, I'm about to go on an epic adventure. I'm about to catch some sweet Pokemon. I'm about to do my own thing in whatever region I'm in. And then you start caring more and more about your Pokemon, caring more and more about the storyline, even though sometimes it is a little bit two-dimensional, but it's still there, and it's enough to care about, especially in some of the older games where I was younger and it was a little bit easier for me to get lost in that sort of stuff. But lately it feels like when you play Sun and Moon, it's so dragged down by the storyline. I was just like, I got to the point where I did not care at all. In Ultra Sun and Moon, I literally couldn't get past like the very first island, because there was even more story than there was in Sun and Moon, and that just deterred me from wanting to play the game at all, even though I'm sure it was a fine game. And I heard it had, the one thing that makes me want to go back and give it a try again is the whole thing where there is like a super, super bad guy, and all the bad guys from all the previous games come back and they all team up and try to take you down and that sort of thing, which I thought was cool because it was a callback to all the kids like me that grew up on Pokemon and wanted to know what the old teams were up to. So it's kind of would be cool to see what they ended up doing with that. That's a duplicate too, for sure. But yeah, we're getting close to the end of this booster box, and luckily I'm keeping it pretty quick. It's a lot easier when I open the packs like I normally would off camera, because now we're getting to the point where we've seen a lot of these cards. We're trying to figure out what cards we still need, and then we're just hunting them down. Duplicates are basically things we can use to try to trade and get the cards we're missing. So we got 3 more booster boxes, so stick around.